We have seen 6 lectures on straight lines topic, which includes all the basic concepts which are required. Today we will see some of the applications of those concepts which are useful for JEE. The first thing we'll discuss is position of a point with respect to a line. Suppose there is a line L. There is a line L. Let's say this line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0, which is general form. Now, if you take any point, let's say this is P. So this is x1 comma y1. If we take any point, it lies above the line. It lies above the line. Okay, so we need to find a condition to say the position of the point P with respect to line. Now, if you draw the perpendicular from P to the x-axis, let's say this is some point Q. The coordinates of Q is x1 comma 0. Similarly, a point R which is on the line, the coordinates of R will be, let's say, x1, and the abscissa is same for all these points, and let's say its ordinate is y. So the point R is on the line, so it should satisfy the equation ax plus by plus c. Now, which gives ax1 plus by plus c equals to 0, which gives y equals minus of ax1 plus c by b. So this point satisfies the line equation. If you observe any point above the line, take this point P, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point. Oh, we will see for this certain point x1 comma y. If you take any point above the point R, these all will have an ordinate which is greater than the ordinate of point R, which is on the line. See, it's obvious. R point has an ordinate of y1. All the above points will have an ordinate higher than the point R. So the y1 is greater than this y. Okay, did you get that? Similarly, if you take any point below, all these points below will have lesser ordinate. y1 is greater than y. Okay, whereas y satisfies the equation of line. Similarly, if you take any other point on the line, let's say this point, all the above points will have an higher ordinate, all the below points will have a lower ordinate. So similarly, for every point on the line, all the points above the line have the higher ordinate, all the below points will have a lower ordinate. Now, if you see, we got a condition that y1 should be greater than y for P to be above the line, which case y1 is greater than y. What is y here? Y is nothing but minus of ax1 plus c by b. Which case y1 is greater than minus of ax1 plus ax1 plus c by b. Now take b to the left hand side. Now we will get two conditions. If b is greater than 0, which means b is positive, so if you take to the left hand side, the sign doesn't changes, the comparison doesn't changes, which case by1 plus by1 greater than minus ax1 minus c, which case ax1 plus by1 plus c equals to is greater than 0. Okay, did you get that? So if you want to know the position of a point with respect to a line, if you substitute that point on that equation, if you get greater than 0 when b is greater than 0, then this implies above the line. So similarly, if it is less than 0, this is obvious because we have seen for the above point, if it is below, this sign here will be less than, so this sign here will changes, which is less than 0. So if any point satisfies this condition, this means it is in the below of the line, below the line. Okay, did you get that? We have seen the condition for b greater than 0. What if b is less than 0? Just reverse. If b less than 0, which implies when you are taking b to the left hand side, the sign changes because b is negative number. When you multiply both sides with a negative number, the greater sign will be becomes lesser sign, which gives by1 is less than minus ax1 plus c, which gives ax1 plus by1 plus c is less than 0. This means above the line. Similarly, ax1 plus by1 plus c is greater than 0. This means below the line. Did you get that? See, if any point P is above the line, which means if we substitute that P point on y, it should give greater than 0 when B is positive. Or else you can convert this ax plus by plus c to a form y equals to mx plus c and substitute the term plus y minus mx plus mx minus c equal to 0. Substitute that point here. If it is greater than 0, it is above line. If it is less than 0, it is below the line because the coefficient of y, which is b, is positive here. So you got this condition. If b is greater than 0, if it is greater than 0, you get above the line. If it is less than 0, that means it is in the below of line. Similarly, if coefficient of y, which is b, is negative, then it just reverses. If it is less than 0, then it is above the line. Whereas for b greater than 0, if it is greater than 0, it is the above line. For b less than 0, if it is greater than 0, it is below the line. Okay. Let's see a small example. The point minus 2 comma 3 lies dash equals to 0. Means we need to find whether below or on the line or above. Simply you will substitute this point to the 3 in the 3x plus y minus 1 equation. What you get? 3x plus y minus 1 equals to 0. Here the coefficient of y is greater than 0, which gives 3 into minus 2 plus 3 minus 1, which equals to minus 6 plus 3 minus 1, which gives minus 4, which is less than 0. This means the point minus 2 comma 3 lies below the line. See how the location looks. The slope of 3x plus y minus 1 is minus 3. let's say, and y-intercept is 1. Let's say the line looks like this. Y-intercept is 0, 1. This is line L. Slope is negative. So this is line L. 3x plus y minus 1 equals to 0. So minus 2 comma 3 lies below the line. So you get a point minus 2 comma 3 somewhere here, which is below. Okay. This is what says from the position of point with respect to a line. Now we will see position of 2 points, like whether they are on the same side or whether they are on the opposite side. This is also so simple. We know that every point on the above will give the same sign, because if ax plus by1 plus c equal to greater than 0, then all the points, if you take any point which satisfies this ax1 plus by1 plus c greater than 0, then those all lie above the line. So to say 2 points are on the same side of the line, then they should have same sign when it is substituted in the equation ax1 plus by1 plus c equal to c. Okay, did you get that? We will use the same concept here, and we will get some formal proof. Okay, let's say these two are x and y axis, and there is a line L. Line L. Take any 2 points. Let's say this is some P and this is some Q. These 2 points are on the same side of line. Similarly, take another point R. P and R are on the opposite side of the line L. So we need to find if the given 2 points are on the same side or on the opposite side. From the previous result, we can directly say that, let's say this is some 1, this is some x2 comma y2. We can say if ax1 plus by1 plus c and ax2 plus by2 plus c has same sign, then the both lie on same side. Okay, because we know that every point which gives greater than 0, it lies above the line for b greater than 0. So if you take any 2 points which gives the same sign, then those 2 points also lie on above or below. So which gives the 2 points are on the same side. If they give opposite sign, which means one is above, other is below. So the signs are different. Then the both points lie on opposite side. Okay, so this is obvious from the previous, but we will give some formal proof which leads to another interesting result. See, let's say the 2 points P and R, let's say R is some x2 comma y2, are on the opposite side, or on the same side. Let's take these two are on opposite side. Then the line joining PR, intersects with line L at some point M. Okay, did you get that? So this line M this point M divides line segment joining PR in some ratio M is to N. Okay, this is obvious because the line, when it is intersected with the line segment PR, we get some point M. This point M must divide PR in some ratio M is to N, and now we will find the ratio M is to N. From the section formula, what we know is this point M is nothing but mx1 plus nx2 by M plus N, and this point comma my1 plus ny2 by M plus N. So from section formula, point M, let's say this is some x comma y, equals, in the section formula we know that mx2. Here I just reversed m and n, so we get m into x1, the point on the other side, n into x2, which is point on the other side of m, which gives mx1 or else let's take this is m is to n. Then we get mx2 plus nx1 by M plus N, comma my2 plus ny1 by M plus N. So this is the point M. But we know that this point M is the intersection of PR and line L. So this M lies on the line L. We know the line equation L is Ax plus By plus C equals to 0. So if you substitute this point M in the equation Ax plus By plus C equal to 0, it should satisfy. So I am substituting that. A into, what is x here, mx2 plus nx1 by M plus N plus B into my2 plus ny1 by M plus N plus C equal to 0, which implies multiply with M plus N on the both sides, you get A into mx2 plus nx1 plus B into my2 plus ny1 plus C into M plus N equals to 0. Take M and N terms separated. M into, we get Ax2 plus By2 plus C plus N into Ax1 plus By1 plus C equals to 0, which case M by N equals minus of Ax1 plus By1 plus C by Ax2 plus By2 plus C. See, this is so interesting result. We have said that if Ax1 plus By1 plus C and Ax2 plus By2 plus C, it has the same sign, then the both lie on the same side. See, if these two have same sign, then M by N is negative. If M by N is negative, what does this mean? from the section formula, if the ratio is negative, that means that point divides the line segment of those 2 points externally. Okay, you must have seen from the coordinate geometry. If m by n is positive, then it divides internally. So we got the correct result, which is if these two have same side, then we have said that they lie on same side from the previous thing we have seen. If these two have opposite sign, which gives this ratio as negative, and this negative and the numerator negative gets cancelled, and then we get m by n as positive. So that divides internally. What does this mean by internally dividing the line joining PR by the line L? Which means those 2 points are on the opposite side. If the line divides PR segment internally, which means these 2 points are on the opposite side. If it divides externally, let's say this is point R, which is some x2 comma y2, and the line joining PR intersect at here some point P1, let's say this is some R dash. If it divides externally this point M1, that means P and Q are on the same side. Okay. Now we will write this result. If ax1 plus by1 plus c by ax2 plus by2 plus c is greater than 0, so m by n is negative, which implies m by n equals m by n is negative, so divides externally, which means on the same side of line. Similarly, if ax1 plus by1 plus c by ax2 plus by2 plus c is less than 0, that means m by n is positive. If m by n is positive, it divides internally from section formula, which means they are on opposite side of line. Opposite sides of line. Okay, did you get that? And we have obtained the ratio also. So this ratio is minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c by ax2 plus by2 plus c. Suppose in some questions they may ask you to find the ratio. So they will give some 2 points PR and the line L. They will ask the ratio in which the line L divides the line segment PR, which is m is to n, which is nothing but you need to substitute the point x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 in the line equation, and we need to find the ratio minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c by ax2 plus by2 plus c. Okay, now we'll say a simple result. Find the ratio in which the line L, the line let's say 2x plus y plus 3 equal to 0 divides one comma 1 and divides line segment joining 1 comma 1 and -2 comma -3. This is point 1, this is point 2. So the ratio m by n is nothing but substitute 1 comma 1 in the 2x plus y plus 3 by 2 into -2 minus 3 plus 3 and the negative side here. So we get negative of 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 6 by 2 into -2 is -4, minus 3 plus 3 is 0, and the minus gets cancelled. We get 6 by 4, which is nothing but 3 by 2. So the ratio is 3 by 2, which is positive. So these 2 points lie on the opposite sides of line 2x plus y plus 3. And they may ask you, find positions with respect to line. So these both, so we will write, so 1 comma 1 and -2 comma 3 -2 comma -3 lie on opposite sides of line 2x plus y plus 3 equals to 0. We got the result m by n as minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c by ax2 plus by2 plus 3. This ax plus by plus c is line equation. We can also simply, to remember, we can write it as minus of L is line equation, substitute point 1 comma 1, which is the first point, by L22. Substitute x and y as second point. Okay, let's see what we have done today. We have seen the position of a point with respect to a line. Suppose if any point is higher than line, then we will have the y coordinate of that point is greater than the y coordinate on the line. So we compared the y coordinate of that point with the y coordinate on the line, which gives y1 is greater than minus ax1 plus c by b. Suppose if b is greater than 0, which gives by1 plus minus ax1 minus c, which gives ax1 plus by1 plus c is greater than 0, which is the condition for above the line. Similarly, if you change the sign, we got for below the line condition. Similarly, if b is less than 0, this both gets inverse, because this b is negative. When you take to the left hand side, this sign greater than sign becomes less than sign. So if b is less than 0, the condition for above the line is inverse of the condition for the above the line for b greater than 0, which is ax1 plus by1 plus c less than 0. To not get confused, you can make always the coefficient of y1 as positive and take this as the condition. So we have seen example -2 comma 3. If we substitute on that point, we get -4, which is less than 0, which means that point lies below the line 3x plus y minus 1. Similarly, the position of 2 points with respect to given line, we have just reduced this final equation by using the previous one, which is nothing but if these both two points lie on the same side, that means the equation when it is substituted with those 2 points should give same sign, because above the line the all points satisfy the equation greater than 0, below the line all the points satisfy the equation less than 0. So those 2 points will have same sign. If those 2 points have the opposite sign, then both the points lie on opposite side. See, the same thing we got by doing this formal proof by using section formula. which is m by n is nothing but the ratio minus of ax1 plus by1 plus c by ax2 plus by2 plus c, which is nothing but minus L11 by L22. L is line equation. So if those both are on the same sign, which means this is greater than 0, which gives m by n as negative, which divides externally, which means on the same side of line. Similarly, if these both are of opposite sign, which gives m by n as positive, divides internally, which means opposite side on the line. This is nothing but same sign. See, if these both are negative, then negative by negative is positive. If both are positive, positive by positive is positive. This means opposite sign. We have proved this one just using the above condition here, but we have done using section formula so that we get a ratio m by n as minus L1 by L22. This is a good result. Try to remember this result. It may be useful for in some other questions or in other applications. And we have seen the problem on how to find the ratio in which the line L divides the line segment joining these 2 points, and we got 3 by 2 as the ratio is positive, which means they lie on the opposite sides of the line.